You are tuning in to the very first inaugural episode of the Weekly InSalt.
Yep.
Hey guys, we got here.
Give me a beer.
Oh, you want a beer?
Yeah,
Shit,
sorry. I should have done that before
That's how
we did the intro.
That's how we're opening up the show.
Yeah.
Give me a beer, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay.
CD, you did better there than the previous 200 plus episodes.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Great.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm finally
yeah.
relaxed. Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Settled into your groove.
Well, thank you guys. My name is CD. I'm joined as always by our co-hosts, Mr. Ches. How are you
You
doing,
always
my brother?
introduce him first.
No, this is the first time I've been introduced in a couple of weeks. It's
On the
always been
first
you.
this is what we're going to do on the first episode tonight?
Damn straight.
All right, it's Chaz.
The bitchy one is Wade.
Yes, hey, guys. You were just listening to the guy introducing the show. We call him the talent.
Also known as CD.
I hate being called that. Fuck you. Sound engineer Kurt, how are you doing, brother?
I'm good. How are you?
What up, man?
This episode wouldn't be possible without you keeping our fucking microphones in tune and all that shit. We have some very special guests on our very first inaugural episode, Jeff and Beagle from the American Fork Podcast. How you guys doing?
Doing good. Doing
That's
good.
Jeff.
Yes, that's my voice.
Yeah.
That is Jeff. This is Justin.
Welcome, man.
It's so weird calling you Justin.
Yeah.
I feel like it's Beagle. Call you Beagle.
Yeah, you can call me Beagle.
The Regal Beagle. That's what I call my dog, Roscoe. He's the Regal Beagle.
In school, people didn't even know his first name, right?
Oh, yeah, no.
They just
That's
knew
kind of the
Beagle.
best way to be sometimes
Yeah.
because then if
Yeah.
you want to switch to your real name, you don't got to worry about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're instantly incognito.
Yeah, you rob a bank or whatever.
Yeah.
Have you robbed a bank?
Only in
Not
2020.
that I know
All
of.
right.
In 2020, you can just wear a mask and walk in anywhere and rob whatever the fuck you want. I robbed Taco Bell last week of like 20 packets of Inferno sauce.
So you're an Inferno guy.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait, Inferno, that's Del Taco.
oh no, okay, you're right.
Yeah, I was going to say, that doesn't sound right.
what's the
checker.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, what's
this
the
whole story is...
Anyway,
Should we just start over?
America's Most. I was on America's Most Wanted last week from stealing too much Taco Bell sauce. But you can take as many napkins as you want, no problem. You know?
Yeah, you can.
I hate that fucking, like, when you go into you grab a napkin and they give you like 30 in your bag, but then you order like 2 tacos and you get like 1.5 sauce packets. Fuck
Yeah.
you, Taco Bell.
I think that they have like a
Taco Hall.
There's like a procedure. They're like you can only give 2 sauce packets per person, which sucks if you're ordering like a sausage McMuffin from McDonald's in the morning. You want hot sauce? 2 isn't enough. There's no way that's enough. Okay, I'm by myself. Thanks, guys.
Dude, I was just
unless
grabbing
you go
your
to-
beer, bro.
Unless you go to Del Taco, then they just give you a handful.
I've actually told like, have you gone through the drive-through and you're like, just give me as many hot sauce packets as you can, and
Yep.
sometimes they're like, fuck this guy, I don't want to do that, so they give you the standard amount. But every now and then you get a cool guy that's like just a handful of sauce
Yeah.
packets.
That's
Do you save them?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
before. And take him to work.
Yeah.
You take him to work, put him in the break room, whatever.
And
So you have
sometimes
them
it's
all
kind of
over.
weird. Like you create your own breakfast and then you use like the Del Taco hot sauce. It just doesn't taste the same as if you had it on a Del Taco
No.
taco. It's
I live in an apartment complex, and so my car gets broken into quite regularly. It's almost like on a schedule. Like I can wake up a Tuesday afternoon and be like, "Hey, I wonder who's going to be checking my fucking car this day," and I don't keep anything in my car anymore because I don't want to. You got my my firstborn and my JBL Bluetooth speaker, but now when they open up my coin jar looking for all those valuables, I left them a couple packets of Del Scorcho. Yeah,
that's your way of getting
That's
back at them. Like fuck you for breaking into my.
I'm giving my local burglar some great value right there.
You need a sticker that says hot sauces in the coin place. So
Can we
and leave
that?
your door
Can we
open.
print that?
I do. I actually do leave the doors open and the windows just in case of a nice good old afternoon summer rainstorm.
You need a new car.
Yeah, I know. You're right. You're totally right. So anyway, this is the first episode, 229 of formerly known as Mess with Mormons, but now the Weekly InSalt.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for coming on. Like,
Yeah.
you guys have a podcast, the American Fork Podcast. If people enjoy our podcast as much as I enjoy listening to your guys' podcast, then we're gonna be fucking millionaires.
Yeah.
You guys do a great job.
Seriously,
That's good.
I really enjoy listening to your guys' show, and I don't know, it kind of makes me feel like I'm hanging out with some homies, you know?
Well, we've had you guys on the podcast before, and it's been tons of fun.
Yeah.
it's getting to the point of friends, which is slightly scary, but that's all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude,
Wade
I hate you.
Yeah.
Wade and Chez are fine, but
Yeah.
Caesar
Yeah, you guys know us very well.
still kind of a creep. But
Good judgment.
but no, it's been a lot of fun, and you know, I think when we first started with you guys, we were way early on. We're up to episode 80 now, so
Congratulations. 80's huge.
yeah, you guys just hit the reset button though, so you're at 1.
I don't
not
think
really.
I don't. So I we had this talk, and I was like, should we go
Don't.
back to 1? But I kind of feel like the sentiment was, if we go back to 1, then we kind of lost everything, even though it's
Yeah.
not true. But at the
I was
same
just
time,
I'm trying to get ahead of you guys, is my ploy is here.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
so if you guys are at 1, I have some advice for you if you need it.
Oh,
Just,
one,
just
oh,
open
okay.
up.
So we're gonna reset the episode to 81 today.
So you're always 1 ahead. Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool.
I can't do that because you did bring cake and champagne.
That's right. It's a celebration. You guys were all like, "Oh, I'm so surprised you did this." I'm like, "Well,
I
none of you
am.
guys did. Then it's cake and champagne."
Now I know why CD booked you guys, because he already had a plan to get free champagne today.
Well, that was my idea. You have to read what it says, though. What does the cake say?
The cake says messing with everyone.
That's right.
Yeah.
Why isolate? Now you guys are expanding.
That's what we did. Yeah.
Well, if anyone knows us well, that they should know that we do mess with everyone, and that's kind of the whole point of the rebrand. Is there was such a stigma of like, oh, hey, you guys should watch this podcast, and they just fuck with Mormons the whole time. Like, well, 2 things you got wrong.
You've never watched our podcast.
You never watched our podcast, and 2, we don't fuck with Mormons, and we don't.
Jez, take the scriptures down.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, it's a ceremonial situation.
Oh gosh, he really's doing it.
Yeah, he is
But
really doing it.
we're not a hateful. We don't hate. We just hate everybody. Is basically what I'm trying to say. So
We hate everybody equally.
you know what I also hate? This fucking champagne foil. Like, how the hell do you unwrap this thing? I'm trying to pop up a bottle of bubbly here.
You see that little thing that you pulled?
Yeah, yeah. Show me.
So while CD's figuring that out, you guys how long have you guys had your show for now?
It's been over a year. I think our first episode we released was in like December of 22,
Okay.
21,
Yeah.
whatever year it is. So it's been a little over a year and a half. Yeah, we've been pretty consistently getting things out every week. But,
And how many people are involved with your podcast?
well,
There's quite a few.
That's
You got a whole squad.
that's
Yeah.
arguable.
How many
There's
people
like a
matter to the
consistent
podcast?
3 of us
Yeah.
that are there every week, and I shouldn't even say that because we also miss at times. But there's a consistent 3 of us. But then we have basically a group of 10 friends from high school, and it's or not even high school, from junior high, and we're still friends, and we're in our 30s, mid 30s, late 30s now, and that's part of the reason we also actually felt like there's some value to give out there, is because that's uncommon. People hit their 30s, they're like barely friends with people from college, and I don't know, it seems to me.
Yeah.
But we got 10 of us that we still hang around, and we're totally different, which is why the American forked idea came up of, people being split. Like, the truth is, Beagle and I are totally different people now. Like, as adults and our families and everything, we're totally different. But we still grew up by each other, and we still, we can still get along, right? Hopefully.
Yeah,
Is that true?
No, no.
No, that's
We all
a
get along.
huge crew to keep together. I think for that long, because I had a ton of friends in high school and stuff that we've drifted apart. And if they call me, I'll still treat them like my friend, and I'll still be friends with them. But it's not somebody I keep close to me on a constant basis. And you guys have done that.
Yeah.
How long have you guys all known each other?
Well, Ches and I, we've known each other since 6th grade. But that's kind of interesting to hear you guys talk about how, you've kept the crew together, because we have a very close-knit, tight group of friends. Like, we went recently on a camping trip where we had people come from Florida, Colorado, Arizona, Washington, California, and Utah. That's 6 different states of all the homies got together for this camping trip. And so it's interesting to see and it's nothing against anybody, whatever, but that there's people that don't still talk to their friends from childhood, and I appreciate that about what you guys are doing and whatever. But anyway, to answer your question, Wade and I think to
Like 7 years,
6 or
going
7,
on 7.
yeah. And we started this podcast we about 5 years ago, but published episodes about 4.5. I've known Kurt for a long time because I was a poker dealer and he was a poker player, and he's really bad, so he stopped coming.
Like a poker dealer in Andover?
Just kidding. He's actually a really good poker player, but yeah.
I think the real question that listeners want to know the answer to is when are you and Chaz getting married?
February 25th.
What year?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Shit, I totally bad joke landed fucking awful. February 29th. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Or February 30th.
Yeah.
So
That's when we're
February
getting
29th in like a year and a half.
No, okay,
That
February
basically
30th.
describes my last fucking 5 years with
Yeah.
these guys.
Never.
Shitty jokes.
Poorly executed.
Horribly.
Shit.
But have known each other since 6th grade.
Yeah.
Been doing it since 6th grade.
You know what? Being on your guys' show was a really cool experience because shit.
Ooh, poppy.
Champagne.
I'm glad there wasn't a cork in that because that could have gone.
It was a cork.
He manhandled that thing.
Yeah,
out.
he did. He did a great job.
Come on, bro. my
Being on
first
your guys'
call.
show is awesome. You guys have, because everybody has their own process, and you guys
Start
have a
pouring some
really
CD.
good process at creating dynamic conversation. I feel like we do our best at that too, but I just have to bring it up, man. Your studio is a little bit warm.
Was it
84
warm when you
degrees?
guys got there? Or is this just from last week? Because it was warm as hell last week. Yeah, we are investing in some more air conditioning because the air conditioner we have is not conditioning the air.
I remember leaving your show last time and thinking like, wow, I drank a little too much. I don't know if I can make it down these stairs.
Oh, that's the If you can't make it down the stairs, you're not driving home.
That's the
yeah.
baseline. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys? How do you guys get inspiration for what you're going to talk about in the week? Because I know you guys have a really good process of talking about the news.
Yeah, we what we do, and this is actually awesome. If anyone's thinking about putting together a podcast, there's not much to it, but for one person to undertake, it does take a lot. So we have the three main guys that we've sliced up the responsibilities, and one of the responsibilities we've sliced up is hosting. So we have someone have a host. They pick out the news stories we're going to talk about, and
Yeah, we
unless
kind
it's
of do that too.
yeah,
Yeah.
Only
only you don't.
I do all the work.
Oh, okay.
No, it's like the hosting responsibilities.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
right.
Take one down, pass
So
it around.
the host will lay out basically the news stories and the main topic, and the truth is no one else knows about it. No one else knows what the stories are or anything. We just kind of we freeform it from there. So there's a bit of structure, but not too much. You don't want too much structure.
No, yeah. And,
We've done that before, and I know we've all been hanging out before. To the listener, like, we always meet up with our guests an hour before to go to the bar and have a drink and have some lunch, get some food in our bellies. But it's not like, don't ruin all your good stories and good jokes, CD, and get so fucking drunk. But yeah, it's fun. What was the whole point of that whole fucking thing? I completely lost my thought of train.
should we start over?
Sure. Cue sound there.
No, I think there's a huge. I think when it comes to podcasting, a lot of people don't understand that like we all do this as a hobby, but it does take a team of people. Like
Right.
there's a lot of work behind the scenes. How long have we been talking about doing this rebrand? Honestly, like
At least 3 months.
Almost
Months.
a year.
2-3 months.
2-3 months, yeah. And those food
Chaz.
challenges that we do, like those go even deeper because I mean, like the food challenge between Ches and Kurt, it's like you have to define these rules, rules of engagement, and so it takes months to do that, and that's the work that we put in just to sit in a room and talk.
What are the
Yeah.
food challenges?
So we every now and then we do a big food challenge where we bring in 3 random judges and we pick the challengers pick a dish.
We're averaging about 3 times a year.
Okay.
still too fucking much. It is a lot of work.
But there's a lot of prep that goes into it.
Oh yeah, I get everybody together. We have a social media guy who takes pictures. We try to live stream. We move my lighting
Shout out to
equipment
Larry.
up into the kitchen, and then these guys have a strict schedule of, okay, you guys are cooking, so I'm gonna record half of a podcast while you guys cook, and then at the break, you have to present the judges. So this last competition was chicken tortilla soup. So they had to cook the dish upstairs in my kitchen while I've got 3 judges down here that I'm doing a podcast with. And at the same time, we have to make sure that they're ready in 30 minutes to taste the dish and judge it so we can talk about it in the second half of the episode.
Right.
And then CD's like, man, we should do this every week. And I'm like, who the fuck are you?
Dude, I woke up this morning. Wade called me at like 9:45, and it's very rare that I sleep in this late, but it's been a long ass week. I've been working. I've been like tits up to the sky with work, and he called me, and I woke up into my kitchen, and I saw that what I cooked last night, and I'm like stepping on breadcrumbs, and I got flour in between my toes. I was like, shit, yeah, of course. I can understand why you wouldn't want to have a cooking competition at your house every week.
This is
Just cooking for
I don't mind if like a cleaning company sponsors the episode,
Yeah.
and they can clean up after you.
This
dirty
episode is
fucks.
brought to you by Molly Maid.
Not a sponsor.
This is coming from a guy who uses a can of sliced pineapples as a flashlight.
CD has done that on occasion. I've been at
Well,
his house when
thank
he's
you.
done it.
You're giving me way too much credit of the girth of my male member. Can of pineapple for my flashlight?
Well, the name has changed, but the show hasn't that much.
Yeah.
So I thought it was crushed pineapple, but anyway.
So I think when it comes, I think next time. So the food challenge, going back to that, they basically shoehorned me to be the next challenger for Ches. He won the last competition, so I have to come up with a dish to cook against Ches. But I think you two should be judges.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you guys down to eat
someone
some good food?
I think you should eat food in the future, I go, yes.
What do you think I should
Are
challenge?
you guys
Ches?
like actually good?
I mean, you have to.
Or
Be
am
the
I
judge
like-
you have to be the judge of that.
Yeah. Beagle.
How much of an adventure is this?
Beagle.
Let me-
That's
some pictures.
that's like a good. That's a funny joke, but seriously, legit. Like these guys know how to fucking cook. Like I saw Kurt make this beef Wellington, and I was like, holy shit, I picked a bad day to be a drunk CD and stay at home. Motherfucker, this looks like some fucking...
They're good food.
So we
Yeah.
kind of go
Yeah.
over the top. It depends.
Because I'm a vegetarian. So
Oh,
yeah, you're fired.
So that's actually a good thing
Take
to
him
challenge
off the list.
Ches
Yeah.
because I don't think he's cooked vegetarian shit.
Oh, I've cooked a lot of
It's
vegetarian.
funny because like when we went vegetarian, there was like this huge concern about what do we make, and it's like the most simple thing because you basically just replace meat with literally anything.
So can
like
I get
beans, vegetables,
Roadkill.
You just take the meat out and replace it
Not meat.
with non-meat.
So are you? So are you like a lacto-ovo vegetarian?
Yeah, yep.
What does that mean? Where you say
It's,
you're vegetarian, but you're not really?
Lacto-ovo means you'll eat like
Eggs
dairy
and milk?
products and eggs.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't
Okay.
we typically
not a
with milk
pescatarian?
because oat milk is really good, and so we prefer that over just regular milk. But we eat eggs.
When you say we, are you talking about some club that you're in?
All of his,
Yeah, the
all of his
vegetarian
personalities. All those
Are
personalities.
you married?
Yes, I am married.
Okay.
So what do you think about the Impossible meats? Have you tried those?
Yeah. When we first went vegetarian, it was like really good to have that because it does kind of capture the flavor a little. But we've been doing it for 2 years now, and it's slowly just been like, nah, I prefer vegetables.
So you're saying that Impossible meat is like Nicorette gum for a smoker? Like until
Yeah.
you can't do it,
Exactly.
just do that.
Yep.
It's not good, but just do it.
You get a
Good
little
enough.
kick of it. Yeah.
I've got some friends that are currently quitting smoking. I'm like, it's been like 3 weeks of nicotine free
I'm quitting
with a
I'm-
fucking vape attached to their fucking mouth. I'm like, oh, nicotine free, huh?
I'm quitting tomorrow.
As he
hits
rips
his
his.
Like
Dude,
no shit. I'm
every-
quitting tomorrow.
Dude, is that a flashlight? Every time you suck, the light turns on. It's like, that's a really handy thing when,
it is a flashlight. It's not a fleshlight.
when you're going
Pineapple
camping.
that
You
you're
just like
friends with.
puff your way back to your tent.
You're down the Nutty Putty cave trying to see where you're going.
Didn't they seal that off? I
Yeah,
think
they
somebody
did.
died in there.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And they
they did.
couldn't recover him either. I
Dude,
think.
that guy went in and he was upside down.
He
and
spelunked his
died.
way to death.
Yeah, he spelunked his way to
Spelunked,
death.
yeah, that's what it's called.
It is
spelunking. Yeah,
but it's still a funny word.
Yeah. Thank you for lightening the mood since we're talking about somebody who died in a cave that's he's still there.
That's
Yeah.
what I love about your guys' podcast. Is it reminds like you guys like to talk about the like hot button type issues and stuff. And I love listening to your show because you talk about the same things that I like to talk about or hear about.
And we
like people dying in caves.
yeah. And we do, and half the time we don't know what we're doing. Like you sent us a news story of American Fork about a poker player, and we got 3 guys that are like don't know shit about poker.
Oh, it
We're
was
like-
entertaining as a poker dealer and a poker player. Like, listen, like you guys don't know shit.
It was so funny.
Is it Kylie?
Kylie, yeah, she
Jake
was on.
2.0 or whatever. She's like, so do they buy in for like, I'm like, oh my gosh, you don't know shit.
That sounded
But you know what's
exactly
crazy?
like her.
She knew more about poker than all y'all motherfuckers. Like,
Yeah, I didn't know.
And Phil's
Well,
like,
they all grew up Mormon.
I played this bar tournament at the Piper Down, and like, he still doesn't. He's like, I was out in 30 seconds. I'm like, well, no shit, because you don't know shit about poker, Trent.
We've been pretty. So you guys are getting like a good feedback from a listener of your show.
Yeah.
Is that? Do people do impressions of us? Like,
Oh, I hope so.
or like Ches is like, let me look up how far the moon is from the Earth.
I don't know how far it is, but I know all the planets in the solar system will fit between the Earth and the Moon.
Wow.
Okay,
you guys just got fact.
I didn't
dropped.
know that.
I hope you guys got the turkey neck going. Sorry, Ches. We've made an agreement amongst the podcast that we can always make fun of each other, and that's why Wade looks like he has 5 wives.
Did we ever
5. That's it.
Did we ever set up an agreement? I mean, it would have had to been in like junior high if we're like, okay, so we used to play this game, and I recommend it to you. You know what I'm getting at, right?
Well, I
We've
know
actually-
what game you're getting at. I don't know what you're talking about with an agreement.
I think it was established at this game. This will all make sense in a second.
Okay.
But we used to play this game we called the hate game, and it would involve a flashlight, and so the person with the flashlight would basically say something that they hate about the other person. But there would be like 10 of us there, right? Or
Yeah.
however many.
So it's like a
sometimes
roast,
15,
kind of.
sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it would be like free form. Like the thing I hate about Wade is how sexy his beard is. But it was always actually.
It's not sexy. It's Brigham.
how Brigham his
Okay,
beard
easy
is.
fucking Freddie Mercury. What the fuck?
Yeah, I was gonna like.
See?
Are you trying to go for Freddy, or is this just like a thing?
Nah, he just can't go within 100 yards of a school.
So he's trying to fit that profile.
Yeah.
All right.
He's the one neighbor you always meet when they move in.
It's like court mandated, so people recognize. Oh, you shouldn't be near a school.
Yeah.
Because that's the profile.
Your sentencing is they have 3 mustache options. You can choose this one or this one. So you're identified.
The last option is rape.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
We might need to rebrand
And
again.
click.
Click. Yeah, that's what we'd say. Edit, click, click.
So anyway,
But you guys should play the hate game. Then you just pass the flashlight around, and it gets brutal.
Oh, yeah.
But the truth
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
all your laundry's out there.
Yeah.
It's like I hate Jeff because I mean this was a real thing. I got a lot of crap because I had a girlfriend, and I basically ignored everyone. I just hung out with my girlfriend. So they'd toilet paper my house and mess around with me all the time. But it's like I hate Jeff because his girlfriend's freaking whatever, right?
Yeah, he's taking up all your time.
Exactly.
Because they feel like
and it
they
was a
lost
real
their friend,
thing,
right? Yeah.
Yeah. But after you get through that and you're brutal enough, everyone that's still in the circle, you're kind of like, okay, I guess these are the homies.
Yeah, and then at that point you have nothing to hide.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Well, at
it
least you
becomes
know
a
how
joke.
everyone feels.
yeah, that's true.
she wouldn't
Deal
stop
with it.
giving Jeff hand jobs in the dressing room of Kmart, so no wonder he didn't want to fucking hang out with
Dude,
his
if I
homies.
had a girlfriend that give me hand jobs in Kmart,
I don't think
if she
anyone
could
would have
find a
complained
Kmart,
about that.
Yeah, I would.
Like if that was the.
like this podcast
If
is
that's
over,
what
I'm going
was
to
what
Kmart.
he was out doing, then I don't think anyone would have been bothered
No,
by that.
if you said hand job, I was like, yeah, we were holding hands the whole time. I don't know what you're talking about.
So how did it evolve to? So who started the podcast? You guys' podcast?
You know what's funny is actually Beagle, who's not on the podcast much anymore. He retired at episode 15 when he hated everybody.
I think I remember you telling
Well, he
me when we
ma-
were on the show that you retired, but you're back.
Basically.
Okay.
But him and Phil were the
Get
ones
a
that
pension?
started it, right? Is my memory serving me correctly?
Me, Phil, and Devin, I think,
That's right.
were the ones that really wanted to, start
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And then it started going, and then it's like a creative thing. I mean, I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Getting 10 people to agree, 8 people, even 3 or 5 to agree on one single thing, it was tough. So,
Yeah.
frankly, it kind of naturally weeded out. We had meetings where people hated us and didn't hate us.
It was like a band. We just kind of broke up.
yeah, we banned these guys.
I wanted to go in a different direction.
Yeah.
Everyone just.
Someone was the Eddie Van Halen of the band.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're bringing in David Lee Roth now, motherfucker.
Since I made that Freddie Mercury joke, I just can't. I can't unsee it. I'm sorry.
Radio Gaga.
So Justin, what inspired you to like even think about starting the podcast? Because I think a lot of people have that idea, but not a lot of people execute that idea.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, that works.
Well, remember
I mean,
you guys started a podcast way before that. Never released anything. It was all about. You guys recorded at Mike's house.
Mike's house. We were talking about
religion.
We were talking about the Mormon. There was some Mormon policy that came out. Oh yeah. It was the Mormon policy about like 18-year-olds. Like you couldn't say that you were gay, or you couldn't have parents that were gay. What was the
None
policy?
of this makes sense.
I mean,
I forget the policy, but it came out like 5-6 years ago. But basically, you couldn't come to church if your parents were same-sex married because it would cause division or something like that.
yeah.
You have to sit in the last pew.
And if I had to sum this
Or
up,
you couldn't be baptized. I think that was the policy.
Okay. Yeah.
if I had to sum this up, basically, and Phil has alluded to this on the show, is that basically there is. We all grew up together. We had very similar things. A lot of guys went on missions. Some didn't, but. Basically, these conversations would happen till like 3:00 in the morning after watching a movie at the movie theater. And Phil was like, "Why don't we do something productive and like actually record it?" So these situations would come up, like the Mormon Church did this, the Mormon Church did that, or whatever, or politics this, politics that. Instead of just like arguing with our friends forever, let's record it so that it's something that we can actually productively do with this.
That was mostly the intent that I had.
So they basically stole your idea and ran with it, and then they just brought you back.
Well, they didn't steal it. It was
his was way better than what we're doing. His idea.
I
was way
should sue you guys.
I know a lawyer. No, never mind.
No, but like we grew up, like I met them in junior high. Before that, when I was like a kid, me and my first friends, we would always do stuff that was like productive. Like we started
lighting
a
fires in a
lawn
field,
mowing business. We started we got like some
Recycling all your mom's
animations.
Michelob beer cans.
Yeah, exactly. We were Mormon, so
yeah, that's a lot of assumptions you guys made.
Fresca,
caffeine-free Diet Coke cans. Yeah.
right?
We've always kind of looked for that thing.
And so Phil, who's a member on the other podcast, he plays music. Devin plays music. I play music. So I've always wanted to be kind of in a band to do something productive. That did sound like. I think it was just that glass, though.
Sorry.
Did you want me to fart?
No, it's happened on
do
the
that on
podcast
cue.
before. We're in a small room that's airtight, so I don't.
Thanks for bringing it up, though.
Beagle, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
Derailing the whole conversation.
Jesus.
So yeah, that was pretty much it. It was just something productive. I always wanted us to be in a band because we all played music, but they weren't really into that. So it was more of just like, well, we do this. Let's turn it into something productive if we can.
Yeah.
You know.
It's kind of like the product of our podcast too. Is that we were talking about all these funny stories when we were drunk on your patio one night, CD, and it was like, let's record this. And then we listened to it the next day. It sounded like ass.
Absolute shit.
So we decided that we had to come up with a format and figure it out. And
So you guys recorded for a year before you published?
we recorded for
Several months.
Wow. Yeah. Just in my kitchen, with like 2 regular stand-up mics, just
Church mics.
Yeah, sitting on a table and
Like the kind you took out to the in a testimony meeting, you take out to the end of the people that didn't want to walk up to the podium.
yeah.
Like
Let's
when
be
your mom
careful, Chaz.
dies.
You weren't on until episode 10. I mean, you're fired at any time today.
It's episode 5, thank you.
Episode 5?
Yes.
Should have fired you back then.
Episode 10 is when we had our first guest.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's cool.
But I think that's like kind of the same sentiment that I had. Is like we're talking about these things and we think it's good conversation. Let's just put it out there.
Yeah.
But it does take like a special type of person to make that step to be like basically opening your doors to the world.
Right.
Because anybody can hear, like your embarrassing story or something, but your friend group kind of lends to that.
Yeah, I've had my friend's daughter come up to me. Daughter. Like, their child. It's like, oh, you're so funny. I love hearing about your foot fetish.
Okay, well,
Oh shit! How old is this?
okay, that's what I'm just going to bring up. God. This daughter is over the age of 21.
Okay.
Yeah, but still,
still
my
weird.
friend's daughter.
Yeah.
You're still
that's
hired.
still-
You're still hired for today. Good fact check.
God damn.
I thought it was going to be a click. Edit that out. Just kidding.
And this daughter has been at least sitting in the room during a podcast.
Yeah,
there you go.
She's like a super fan.
But
have
that
you guys
being
ever had an encounter with somebody like that?
We have one. So when we were in high school, we had a group called Cave TV. It was the AV Club, and we produced something every 3 weeks, 4
Explain
weeks.
what the AV is.
Audio Video Club.
Okay.
Any
We
of
did
the
like
people
the
that-
morning announcements.
Yeah,
stuff
we did
like
the
that.
morning announcements. We called
To
it
the
Cave.
listener, you fucking asshole. Jesus
The
Christ.
listener doesn't know what AV is?
Yeah, yeah,
What are
they
we
don't.
talking to fucking 6th graders?
Jeff, just shut him up.
Hey, shut up.
All right, thank
Pl-
you.
please.
My bad. bed.
Please. I'll keep my manners in.
Sorry, Jeff. This is
Shut
your
up,
show
please.
today.
Shut up, please.
Interrupting, McInterrupt.
Shut up, please. Thank you. So we used to have this thing we did, which was Cave TV, which was a class, and the truth was we put out some cool content. Like it was stupid, but every 3 weeks people are actually gluing themselves to the TV rather than going away from it. So that group has transferred into this podcast, frankly, and so we're used to doing stupid shit for cool people.
Sounds like a daisy chain of hand jobs.
I don't know how you jumped.
Yeah, like I was just gonna say,
AV
thank
Club,
you,
I don't know.
Justin. I was gonna say, can we just have one good end of a sentence without CD bringing up hand jobs today?
Oh, sorry, you're right.
Daisy chain to
Daisy
circle
chain
jerk.
hand job.
We're trying to ease into this landing on the break. Jesus.
I just, you know what? I think a good episode would be us just trying to do a really serious show where we talk about like World War II.
Yeah, where
And how many
everyone
people
sounds like
died?
Sam Donaldson.
I think the way to solve the Russian-Ukraine war is daisy chain hand job.
Hands across America.
You're fucking onto something.
A real quick word from our sponsor.
And we're back with the weekly InSalt. New name. You guys already know that if you're listening to the show. Look forward to the end of the show where CD fucks up the ending. And that's mainly due to the fact that we have a great sponsor, Salt Flats Brewery. I was just talking to Nate the other day. They've supported us for so long. Like how long is it? It's got to be a couple years now.
Yeah, at least here, take your own ice. I'm making some cocktails right now.
Yeah, with a new vodka.
Well, it's vodka.
Yeah,
Well.
the name is literally called Well, it's vodka. So it's a Well vodka. It's available in liquor stores along with everything else. Their craft cocktails are available there. You can also get just beer at anywhere that you shop. You
Hey,
know?
sorry to interrupt you, Wade, but would you like me to make you a drink too?
No, I thought you were just fucking leaving
Give me your
out.
fucking cup, then, you ding.
No, this is a champagne cup. I thought you brought down other cups.
Oh, well, I'll give you some champagne.
Right.
So we're also mixing champagne with Berliner Weiss, the Salt Flats Berliner Weiss Autobahn.
I thought I was doing the promo today.
Well, no, I'm just. What would you like? Would you like the champagne for Berliner Weiss, or would
You
you,
know
like
what?
a?
At this point, I just want a PBR. I don't even want a Salt Flats anymore.
What do you
man.
want?
I don't want a Salt Flats anymore.
Hey, we're in the middle of a promo. Do
Oh,
I
yeah,
have to
hey,
correct you?
by
I'm
the
the
way-
guest here.
By the way,
Come on.
2020 West Industrial Circle. That's where you can go down to their brewery. They do a frickin' Thursday. It sounds like it's going to be a pina colada. What was it?
Pilsner.
Pilsner. Yeah. Sounds good. You can just drop in there. They're open pretty much every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah, look at Google. But go down there and enjoy being in the brewery. That's one of the coolest experiences, to be sitting in the brewery. They're making the beer right behind you while you're having one of the beers that they made. They take a lot of pride in what they do, and they've supported us for a long time. So go check them out. Get their beer anywhere. I mean, you can get it at Harmon's, but if you're not that classy, you can also go to probably a Kroger brand grocery store.
Yeah, but don't go to Kroger because they're out of state. But
No, but
no, this vodka though, this new vodka they made, I think it's cool because it's called Well. It's vodka, which means it's Well vodka.
yeah.
It's basically, I think it's cool because they do have a really great 622 vodka.
I think I put the hot sheet in front of you for that. I think that has a price on it and everything.
Yeah, and so this vodka tailors towards, the more frugal drinker. So if you want to go to the liquor store and get like a, $9.99 bottle of vodka, that's
Something to do with a mixed drink.
Exactly. It's it's going to mix well with orange juice or champagne, or today
And now we're going to put them on the spot because we're trying it live.
some cranberry juice and some raspberry lemonade.
Thank you, Chaz, for buying that juice,
Yep.
by the way.
And thank you, Salt Flats.
Yeah. Thank you guys for bringing a cake. We should eat the cake.
Yeah.
Kurt, oh, man, that's going to be a logistical nightmare.
I know.
Cakes are the worst.
We need plates and forks
Cakes
and
ruin-
cups.
I was
Cakes
going to tell
ruin
Kurt,
everything.
The
Kurt, can you
cupcakes
go
were
get a
easy.
bunch of, and I'm like, oh, shit, that's going to be a lot of work.
Which I'm betting there's going to be a great cupcake this week to go with that pineapple or pina colada
I'm sure there is.
beer.
Yeah.
So
Shout out to Diaz from Sweet Vinyl Cupcakes.
I know that we
Sweet
just
Vinyl
are
Bakery.
going through the
yeah.
rebrand now and shit, but when are you guys going to fucking pay me? You guys been telling me for years.
We need your W8 form.
W9.
1090.
yeah.
You guys are going to I have to pay my own taxes?
Yep.
Jesus.
These guys aren't paying you rent?
Not yet.
Wow.
They told me to break this wall down in the studio, and they're like, just make the whole basement for the podcast. I was like,
Yeah.
why don't I just fucking bust the floor out and we'll make the whole house a podcast?
Why don't you just buy another house? What's your problem?
I never thought about that. You're right.
We need a urinal in the studio.
Did you lose the lid? It's behind.
Holy shit, that's a brilliant idea. 'Cause
Behind
you
your
know
pen
how, what's his name? Bert Kreischer and who's the one guy?
Tom Segura.
Tom Segura. They have a fart mic. They have a
No,
fart
I
mic on
didn't know
It's Your
that.
Mom's podcast.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they have a specific mic that they just have everybody fart into. We need the urinal.
So how does that work?
A microphone at your butt?
No,
Yeah,
they,
like when you feel it coming, because most of the time it's a surprise for me.
Yeah. And then the
So
next,
I'm just like,
the next surprise
Have
pink
you
eye
ever
the next day.
sharted?
this is a very, well, yeah.
okay. Yeah, we all have. Yeah, we all have sharded. Hey, CD, where's the most embarrassing place that you've ever sharded?
I was living in Colorado, and there was this. I was the grocery manager of this natural food grocery store. So, naturally, we had to eat quinoa every day just to like get through the application process. But anyway, because of all this quinoa and all these, no offense to Beagle, being a vegetarian, basically, fucking turning my ass into a fucking garden hose.
Oh yeah.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, this is better content than I thought.
I had like one day like 3 quarts of kombucha, and
No wonder you sharded 3
Yeah.
fucking quarts of kombucha.
one little sneaky fart got out, and it was very wet. But me being the grocery manager, I was in charge of the daily, we had to close down the store, so I had to be like, okay, you're in charge of sweeping, you're in charge of refilling the bags, you're in charge of facing all the aisles, make sure the cans are all labeled and facing the proper way, and you're in charge of cleaning the bathrooms. Well, the one girl who I had this huge crush on, her name's Jasmine.
Hello, Jasmine.
Hey, shout out Jasmine. She was also a fellow vegetarian, but I sharted so bad that I
Did it
had
make
to
a
take.
noise?
You had to clean the bathroom for her?
No, I had to throw away my underwear,
Uh-huh.
and I had to I went through a whole roll of that super cheap fucking
One ply.
truck stop fucking underwear
Organic.
or toilet paper.
Organic
Grass-fed toilet paper.
Yeah,
I love
grass-fed
that
toilet
shit.
paper. And she cleaned the bathrooms that day, and she had to report to the manager on duty, who happened to be me. And I was so embarrassed. She's like, I found a fucking diaper full of poop in someone's underwear in the men's restroom. Like someone had way too much quinoa in aisle 8. And so, yeah, that's the most embarrassing place that I've ever sharded. And then we went to go have beers at the local brewery after that.
Well, Kurt, how's your day going?
Great.
Can you expand on that for about 3 minutes?
Yeah, that was way more than I've.
Did you scrapbook this
Oh,
experience?
scrapbook it.
So
My mom is an
the
avid
reason
scrapbooker.
you're not using the rest of that little bottle,
You can't fact check
Yeah,
mixing
that's not-
alcohol.
that's not good
it
for
just
radio.
No,
it just is what it is.
I'm mixing drinks right now. You're right.
So Jeff and Beagle, will you guys remind me why we fucking do this shit?
Oh yeah, let me tell you. I believe CD will. I'll pull from your history on why we do this. The podcast pussy, is that right? That rolls in like it's on a train to Santa Fe.
Choo choo.
And then Wade, I'll remind you that it's the stacks of money.
Oh yeah,
The-
the tons of
The checks that show up at your door every day, and you're like,
Yep.
What sponsors this? I don't remember.
yeah, that's the best. Don't know money is what I call it.
Yeah, that's the 2 reasons why anyone does podcasts.
All right, who wants a cocktail? I don't know whose drink or glass. Yes, so you're about to get some podcast aids.
Kurt's
right
so over the podcast that he reaches when you're like, who wants a cocktail? He's like, please God, give me a cocktail.
Yeah, and the other reason we do this is alcohol.
Yeah, that's also
There you
true.
go.
I don't know how we've been a show for this long.
make me one of this one, CD.
Fill her up.
now. Wait, Jeff, I thought you were drinking the.
Yeah, you didn't make me one.
You had the Berliner Weiss?
Yeah, it's right here. I gave that to my friend.
Oh, you
taking
want-
care of your other guest,
Oh, okay. All right,
and
so, do you
I'm
need-
drinking just whatever you make.
They're so much better than we are.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Ches. Here's the vodka.
Now you made. Oh,
Just drink
Jesus.
from the bottle.
Kurt's over the podcast. Chez is fucking angry.
No, it's called Make Your Own Drink.
From this vodka. Yeah. Well, do it yourself. Here's the bottle. Vodka.
Okay, there are some things I want to talk about. I want to bend your brains, and I want our listeners to hear something other than us all talking shit. I just saw something that I think it's blowing my mind a little bit. It's called The Line. Have you guys heard about The Line?
No.
No, I haven't either.
Johnny Cash song? That's what comes to my mind.
The thing that's in the back of the the gay bar. The Line.
Yeah, it's on the top of the toilet.
Yeah?
On top.
Or is it a gas reference to shortage on gases? What's happening?
No, but it is actually. It's funny you say gas because it's happening in Saudi Arabia. So there are Saudi Arabian investors that are going to build a 170 kilometer long.
I know what you're talking about now.
Skyscraper, and the skyscraper is taller than the Empire State Building. So if you can imagine how tall the Eiffel Tower or the Empire State Building is,
same height.
It's very tall.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine that 170 kilometers long, which if you convert that into dumb people,
miles,
that's 102.867
there goes the rest
miles.
of our audience.
And so anyway, but they're making this building
wall.
It's a wall. Yeah.
Is Trump doing it?
No, but that's funny you say that because
is that the punchline? Sorry.
Biden just quietly approved the
rest of the wall.
The rest of the wall being built. Yeah, like, hey, fuck you, Trump, you building your wall.
Don't get him started.
And then Biden builds the wall.
Sorry,
but anyway,
Sorry, Wayne.
It's so
I forgive you.
It's called The Line, and it's $1 trillion, which I think is way not enough money.
I don't think that's going to be enough.
Totally not
I
enough.
read about this.
$1 trillion is going to maybe pay for 1 mile of it.
Yeah.
So what it is, just to go back, what it is it's a big self-sustaining high-rise community where it's 100% reusable water, 100% emissions free, but it's in the and they basically sell it as, it spans such a long distance that you can choose to live in the mountains or you can be by the beach or whatever. It's this huge community that's self-sufficient. But the way that they kind of sold it in the video was showing you a map and then just that one building, so you look like you're nowhere. You look like you're just isolated to this one place, like it's a prison camp.
I was gonna say, is it a new prison?
Yeah.
But here's the thing: how can it be 100% self-sufficient unless you're eating Soylent Green, other people's shit, literally?
Yeah.
And you're drinking pee.
Yeah,
and catching
exactly.
rainwater, I guess.
Catching rainwater, but
I mean,
how
over-
much rainwater are you catching in the fucking
Over
Saudi
170
Arabia
kilometers.
Okay.
Probably a lot of rain.
So it's going to be a linear city that's currently under construction. It's going to have no cars, no streets, and no carbon emissions.
Yeah,
that is great.
and everything like your neighborhood, everything that you need, everything, including the red light district, is supposed to be within a 5-minute walk.
So here's the problem that I have.
So
with it.
we're doing that here in Utah. Not like the whole structure, but they're doing where they got rid of the prison. They're doing what's called a 15-minute city, where you can go anywhere within 15 minutes without using a car.
I feel like China and Japan have been doing this for a long time, but you know what? I kind of appreciate the fact that I don't have to see you, CD, for a week. I only have to see you once a week. You live in Cottonwood Heights, I live in Sandy.
Right.
I don't have to go over there.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk out of my house and then see you at the Whole Foods and be like, fuck.
Did he just shart? Yeah, we don't want to do that.
But you're right. I think with the prison, you bring up a good point, Justin. That's it. They're making it like a whole complex, which is there's a lot of land at the prison to make use of, right?
Yeah. I live right by there. So
Here's the problem I have, though. You guys said twice now, 0% emissions, no carbon footprint, whatever. I'm pretty sure by breathing, don't you just breathe out carbon dioxide? And so did they build a building and not put anyone in there, and then that's net zero?
I think
how do
they're
you do that?
just referring to the stuff that people use being.
But it can't be net zero. They're going to build the building.
It's true.
How much emissions
not
came
wrong.
from that?
But I mean, net in the sense of they're recycling water and then everything's solar powered. But I mean, you get a lot of cows in the field, they produce a lot of methane. You get a lot of humans in one place, and we create a lot of carbon dioxide. It's the way it works.
And hot air.
I think people are very mistaken about green energy, like when you talk about
Carbon monoxide.
windmills and batteries that go into electric vehicles. Well, though the elements that go into making those batteries are conflict minerals, and there's those are produced by slaves, and to keep up the production of these windmills, it costs oil, and when you go to charge your Tesla, that electricity is being produced by a
burning coal.
A coal plant.
Right.
Exactly. So your fucking green energy really isn't that green, you stupid fucking
It's like a puke green.
participation trophy motherfucking
It
cunt.
really is.
It's a
Sorry, I said the C word.
puke green energy.
Yeah.
That's what it all is. That's what I think. So I'm going to just go buy, the worst vehicle ever, 8 miles to the gallon, and just keep going.
So
Is
I
that the
mean,
answer?
Speaking on the terms of like electric vehicles and saving emissions, Tesla had that one person they held hostage, like 80% of his battery. Have you heard about this?
No.
So Tesla, they didn't end up doing it. So it's I don't know. It's just a funny story. They wouldn't let him charge his battery to the full capacity unless he paid them $4,800. Because they're like, no, you can't charge it. You can't charge it to full because you'll get this range out of it. And in order to get the 300-mile range, you got to pay us the money for that.
Yeah, it's a software update or whatever.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
Whoa. Okay. You have to pay extra to charge your battery all the way up to 100%?
It just I think this one guy, I don't know if Jazz, you're gonna have to do some
They do
fucking
everything with
crazy
like software updates. So like everything is built stock, but they control how far you can go and they control the features of the car.
So you can go a little
based
bit
on
faster if you.
I don't know. I don't know all the details, but
You can
I
go
know that they
further.
control it through software, like
Yeah.
the performance of your vehicle.
You can compare it to the iPhone, and Apple has gotten shit for this too. Is like, oh, your old model phones don't have as much battery power.
Yeah.
You got to give us some more money, get the new 13964 plus minus, and then you can get a full battery. Except they just didn't say anything about it. And
Yeah,
got sued
and
later.
Android, the new Android phone, they actually advertise saying that it has an adaptive battery, so it tracks what you do, and then it makes sure that you have longer battery life. But they've always been doing that,
Yeah.
and that's the scary thing about like these communities and these smart buildings and smart cars is you're basically being told by a corporation that you can do this if you pay, or if you don't want to, then I guess you're just not that guy.
So is this the world that we're going into, that we are being controlled by? I don't think people realize like I'm American, I'm free and whatever, but you look at our media and 25% of the commercials are all
Drugs.
drug companies, and that's what's kind of making the world go round. But the United States and New Zealand are the only two countries that allow advertising for drug companies. But there's so much money that goes into this, and there's lobbyists that control the senators and the House of Representatives and these people that we put into office. I don't think people realize that Nancy Pelosi has a nice pair of melons, but
Wait, what? Okay, let's expand on that
Yeah.
for 3 minutes.
We're talking
Like you're
about
talking about
energy and
diarrhea.
lobbyists, and then we're talking
I
about.
was just
Nancy
about to
Pelosi.
tell you guys, let's let him go and see how deep we get, but we got to her melons.
Go on.
insider trading. I don't know.
So wait. So so her insider trading is paying for her tits. Is that
something.
I'm just trying to clear the gap.
Yeah. Something. I don't even know what that was about. But
I love when he gets going because he just goes down this road and he's like, I got a left or right to take.
Is that
and I'm taking a right.
Is that
Go
real though?
straight.
Does
What?
she have fake boobs? I don't know why I want to know this, but you just spit it out like it was
they might
fact.
be natural.
That's why we
Just pull
paid for
pictures.
Good thing I'm on your Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Well,
Damage-
it's your computer.
Damage your search history. Go.
Nancy Pelosi fake tits. Google it.
They're probably not fake.
Well,
I think people are disillusioned with like the idea that this is new in America,
Yeah.
because this has always been going on.
Yeah.
right.
The whole reason why there's certain drugs that are illegal and certain drugs that are not, even though like nicotine is the most addictive drug that they've studied.
And also alcohol.
Right. Yeah.
Like alcohol, one can argue that alcohol is way more toxic of a drug than
You can
cannabis.
die from alcohol poisoning. Nobody's ever
Absolutely.
died from weed overdose.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah.
It-
Or
it's-
mushrooms.
Somebody's
or-
bought a
right.
lot of Funyuns though. When getting super high. Like some guys.
Is Funyun? Did
Death-
people OD on
death
Funyuns?
by
I
death by
think you don't
Funyun.
OD on
Because
weed,
that's
but Funyuns,
how I want to go out.
I think it's a sodium overdose.
OD on Funyuns. You'd have to suffocate. That's how Funyuns would kill you.
I know I get a lot of shit, and we can actually talk about TikTok, but I.
Jesus.
We can.
There's a TikTok trend that they. Oh shit! I totally lost my thought of train. They
Thought of train.
I fucking hate that he says that.
there's a. Fuck, what's the TikTok trend? There's something about Funyuns, Nancy Pelosi's tits. What am I trying to say?
There's a TikTok trend of Nancy Pelosi's tits with Funyuns.
Onion.
Okay, if we want to talk about TikTok, I'm going to tell you my gripe with TikTok is that it's very poisonous to society, and I hate their new commercial. I think I brought this up, but the commercial.
What's the new commercial?
Says, you got to do this, and you got to twist the spice bottle instead of shake it. I learned that on TikTok the other night. No shit, somebody told me, "Hey, yeah, you have to do this." I learned it on TikTok. I was like, why did you have to learn that from TikTok?
I'll bring up my conspiracy theory with TikTok. Have you heard this before?
I probably have, and I definitely want to hear it.
Okay, so there's algorithms. Everything's run by algorithms, which I still don't know what that is. Guy named Al does some algorithms.
Yep.
Algorithm.
So basically, the whole thing is China owns TikTok. And I'm going to say this is a conspiracy theory. I don't believe in it, but I don't know. It's just interesting to talk about how they can take the American algorithms and be like, cool, 15-year-olds dancing around, fat food, stupid stuff, idiot things to make people dumber. And then they can take their own algorithm in China and be like engineering, science. Look what this kid invented.
Their children how to be more productive people.
Exactly. And we're getting dumber.
Yep.
And they're getting smarter.
Exactly.
It's a long game, like 100 years.
100%. And I think Russia's doing the same thing. They're not necessarily with TikTok, but there's like Russian, and this is not a conspiracy theory at all. Like there's a man his name's Mike Baker, who's a former CIA agent, and he's talked about the long game with after the Cold War with the Russians. Like, yes, we do this and this and this and this and this to create dissent amongst Americans, and they're going to hate each other. And next thing you know, sure as shit, it's 2017. Everyone hates Donald Trump. Everyone hates fucking anyone.
I mean, you got to
Trump.
slow down, man, because you've been drinking that Kool-Aid for years. You've been trying to talk me
it's
into
that Russian
TikTok
Kool-Aid though. But no, seriously though,
shit forever.
China, they've created this TikTok. Was the most popular social media platform, more than Facebook, in the year 2021.
Which is a perfect segue into announcing that the weekly InSalt is creating a TikTok account.
Yeah,
you guys can find us all there.
They'll be Wade doing these like stupid dance videos.
You bet your ass I am.
Every video starts with "Hi China," and then you just go into the video.
No, but it starts with Taiwan #1. That's
no. So
speaking of Nancy Pelosi's boobs, crashed into. Never mind. You've heard about that, right? Sorry to derail.
No, that's fine. No,
Nancy's she's taking her fake boobs to Taiwan.
Yeah, and they're gonna.
And China has threatened if they do that, that's not cool.
They basically said it's an invasion of China if we fly our American airplanes into Taiwan to safeguard Nancy Pelosi's airplane.
Yep.
All right.
On her fake boob tour.
I told you this was going to happen forever ago. When Russia invaded Ukraine, I was like, it's only a matter of time before China starts fucking with Taiwan again.
I don't think she's going to go.
Yeah, unless she's bringing that pineapple puck and pilsner from Salt Flats, rubbing all of that shit, fucking some suntan lotion. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I have no fucking idea.
No, but seriously, I feel like this is an introduction to the World War. Like when Russia invaded Ukraine, and that invited China to invade Taiwan, and now North Korea says we're not going to invade South Korea or America, but if you fuck with us, we'll fucking launch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Then we got to send over, what's his name from the Bulls, 97 Bulls.
Yeah,
Dennis Rodman.
He's got to go over there
yeah.
and settle it all down. Like, dude,
he did
okay.
a great job of that too. Like they had a basketball game that was totally real. It wasn't set up.
Yeah.
I heard Kim Jong slam dunked 65 points in that game.
Yeah.
And he got
he doesn't even have a
37
toilet, I heard.
hole-in-ones in that game too, even though it wasn't.
No, that was his dad.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
He played a game of basketball and got 47 hole-in-ones.
Yep, exactly. Yeah,
That's crazy, man. North Korea's next level shit.
A lot of Olympians come out of North Korea. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Can you
Really?
Can you fact check that?
They come out, but they don't go back.
Yeah, if you come out in Korea, they shoot you. If you come out of the closet, they shoot you.
Yeah, and I think that's the same in Russia too.
Oh, really?
I don't think they shoot, but yeah, they definitely
Hang,
Drag.
Okay.
they do some shit.
This got dark.
rock,
Okay, Justin, you said shoot. I don't think they shoot, but I will definitely. The next step is hanging.
stone.
Yeah. I
Stone.
don't know. Gas chamber. We want to go there. Jesus, CD.
Quit gaslighting me, bro.
I just finished my cocktail. I'm gonna say, well, that was good.
Yeah, I'm actually very pleasantly surprised by this. It's vodka.
So let me bring it back around full circle. You guys, American Fork Podcast. If you guys haven't listened to them, you got to go check it out. You guys' banter is great. You have a good rhythm to it. Phil is he's
A genius.
he's either a genius or he needs to go to a mental institution. I'm not
Do you
sure.
want to go on a date
B.
with him or something?
Yeah, I love
Shit.
Phil. I love you.
Yeah. This is an open invitation. You guys ever want to come record with us? I'm not joking. Come on over because we're kind of set up like that. Just whoever shows up. We got 8 microphones. Hopefully not 8 people show up because then that's a lot of editing for me. But anytime you're in a weekday and you want to come chill, let's do it. And every listener in the world should come on too. Like everyone here.
Like I said before, if anyone.
I love that he's like, hell yeah, Jeff.
I'm
moving
screwed.
on from that.
Oh,
I said that.
It's always same with you guys.
It's always easy for the talent to tell us, like people need it. Yeah, just whoever shows up.
No, but if anyone enjoys listening to our show as much as I enjoy listening to your guys' show, I would encourage you guys to check out your podcast. That's all I'm trying to say.
Thank you.
I look forward to it every Tuesday morning.
Ooh.
Yeah, now I've lost my thought of train.
Oh. Dude, Ches texts me like 7:21 every fucking Tuesday or Wednesday morning, or whatever it is. He's like, will you text the AF guys the this and this and this? I'm like,
he's our fact checker too.
Yeah.
All of our
fact checks.
Yeah, I'm going to go on record. We don't do any fact checking. In fact, we openly admit that we know jack shit about shit. And so all our fact checking just comes from people that listen going, you guys are idiots. Here's our feedback. You're wrong about this, wrong about that.
That's good feedback because any press is good press, right?
Do you guys ever listen to a podcast and you're like, no, that's not right. No, fuck. And just like screaming to the mountains, but like Joe Rogan isn't going to hear me saying this, or fucking American Fork Podcast is not going to hear me saying this. But do you guys ever have those moments?
Yeah, that's how I ended up on this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're listening to one. Jesus.
He's like, you guys suck. I need to come in every week and fact check your asses.
Flamingos aren't pink because they're male.
Did you learn that from TikTok, you fucking idiot?
No, I knew that beforehand. And CD's like, well,
You learned that from me being an idiot.
No, that's in the commercial. Is like, you didn't know that flamingos aren't born pink, they're born gray. I learned that from TikTok. Or you learned that from going to a zoo. Why do you have to get that off of TikTok?
Yeah,
they're pink from their diet.
When's the last time you guys been to a zoo, speaking of that?
I have kids, so
you
like last year.
See, that's awesome. I think it's important to take children to a zoo and be like, these are animals. You
How dare you?
have to respect them.
I hate you for saying that. Like, really?
The last time I went to a zoo, I snuck in like 340 ounces of beer.
Okay,
I'm not a good example of going to the zoo. But
the last time
I still went.
The last time I went to the zoo was for the Zoo Brew Fest.
Zubru.
Zoo Brew.
Yeah, but I did the
this?
same thing.
So I don't
It's
know if
basically people getting drunk and mistreating animals.
It's a bunch of bears going to see a bunch of bears drinking beer.
So the whole
So
zoo,
you drink and then you.
Yeah, so they would shut the place down basically, and then you had to be 21 and over, and then you could go and walk around, buy beer, buy wine.
That's just a normal
See all
day
the
at the zoo
Kangaroos
for me.
drinking
I just
Milwaukee's best.
I just bring my own beer.
Do they give alcohol to the animals to see what happens?
Let's do this.
I would doubt it, but it might make it more fun.
They put nail polish on them, but how dare you give them the alcohol?
They close off the bear exhibit because they're like, oh, these bears have been drinking Jameson today. You guys are in trouble.
Jameson angries up the blood.
The chimpanzees get particularly agitated when they drink
I kind of
tequila.
feel like this is a cool safari ride we could do, Like, let's create a safari, and then you come and sign up for it. You pay a lot of money. We'll have a beautiful Airbnb you can stay in, but then all the animals are wasted.
Don't touch the pigs.
Have you guys ever seen an animal that's drunk?
I've had, I don't know if I should. I say I know a dog that...
Statute of limitation.
I'm not even sure if that's.
Hey, go on.
Yeah, okay, I was at Lagoon on Thursday, but let's breeze past that. No, I do know a dog that got into some alcohol that was spilled, and it was not pleasant. It was actually like horrifying to see.
Yeah, that's a good
It's just
cover
like,
story, though, the whole spilled thing.
Yeah, Chris Hansen, I'm not the guy. It's CD Reddish.
to catch a drunk dog.
Okay, I'm going to say, though, on a serious
Predator.
note, underrated zoo place would be in Liberty Park, the bird sanctuary.
yeah, the Tracy Aviary.
It's awesome.
Tracy Aviary is awesome.
Go there, check out their bald eagle. He's a recovering alcoholic, but he's still there. He's doing really good. But seriously, it's an awesome facility. Like, they have it set up
very
well.
fond memories of being a child and going to Tracy Aviary and seeing they do that show. I don't know how often they do it.
They don't do it anymore since, because, I
don't?
don't know, birds have COVID or something. But
I hate birds.
really?
Yep. Fuck
Like
Tracy Aviary.
full on bird phobia?
I used to
know what we're
be a
gonna see.
juvenile delinquent, and I had to do a lot of community service, and that included cleaning up the California condor shit.
At the aviary?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, California condors are very, very mean birds.
They are notorious for sharding and then just stashing their underwear.
Sharding all over the place. But all that being said, I almost got in a fight with an ostrich.
What the fuck? You would have lost that fight.
Almost.
Yeah, you tried to kick me in the balls. I was like, fuck you, motherfucking Elmer, what the fuck your name is.
It wasn't an emu?
They do look alike.
It's a
we need
valid
clarification.
question.
Yeah, that's a very valid question.
Do you care to answer?
Well, I'm sorry, I was laughing too hard. What was the question?
Was it an emu?
Are you sure it wasn't an
ostrich?
emu?
It was Emu's Elmer, dude.
Oh,
Elmer the emu.
We've slid down a hill.
This is just a normal show.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, everything's fine. Nobody's going to be pressing charges after the show,
Yeah.
I hope.
Everything's fine, and then the CD's mic goes hot.
Justin, help us.
My
Help
glasses
us.
are
Pull us out of this one.
You're the brains of this show. I didn't start this. This is your fault. Hey, Kurt, can you read
What's the transcript?
Can you read a fortune cookie or something?
I don't have one. Sorry.
Fuck.
Birds are mean though. There's a bird like the family that lives by our house, and their memory is insane. And
Birds?
anyways, my wife like stared at them one time walking past, and every time she walks past now, they like fly by her head.
Ooh.
Pissed off because they had this stare down. I guess I don't know. But birds
you're
they're mean.
right. Birds will fly. They'll migrate south, and they will come back.
What?
And to the same exact tree.
Yeah.
3,000 miles away.
Yep.
They make this flight all the way.
That's not true, man.
All for
come back-
vengeance.
No, trust me. Dude, Mike Tyson
they have a
taught me this.
vendetta.
Mike Tyson.
I had a robin in my backyard and nicknamed him Red Robin because of endless fries. Like I thought that was cute.
And you were how old?
That was last year. And he never came back. And I kind of wonder what happened to Red Robin, you know?
You didn't start a vendetta with him. That was,
Yeah,
that was-
No,
to
but
lock
we
eyes.
no,
You
have to.
Him and I had a jihad against the wasps. And I thought he would be back to help me out, but
I don't think you
know.
can say that word, by the way.
Oh, sorry, we had a
Thing?
Wait, what happened in World War II? Oh, we had a genocide against the wasps.
Wow, that one's...
Sorry. Oh, that was worse. Oh, we
Just say thing.
we had a thing with the wasps.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But not a romantic thing.
Ooh.
Jesus. Oh man, we're never gonna make it. What were you saying, CD?
You're going back to CD for clarity. Like, okay, go.
That's a fair point.
If you look back to me, all I'm going to say is bird testicles. Bird testicles.
So honestly, you were talking about your wife having a thing with birds.
Yeah.
When I backed out of my driveway the other day, I had a what's the proper nomenclature for a bunch of crows? Murder of crows. Yep. There was so many crows on my house that like I stopped in my driveway backing out and I was like, am I gonna die today? Or like, what is this? And they were just hanging out like it was like somebody at a corner shop. They seriously were like flying down. They'd like pick a leaf off my tree, fly back on my roof, and I'm like,
There's some guy on your
fucking with me.
sidewalk dressed in a black suit reading an Edgar Allan Poe poem.
I don't know. Like it's the only time that birds have actually made me question like, is this something that should I be careful when I leave?
Let me give you
Well,
some...
yeah, the crow carries your spirit to the afterlife.
Ooh.
Oh, how dare
Apparently
you,
a lot of crows need to carry you.
Yeah.
Just
It's gonna
saying.
take a lot.
A lot of crows, you fat fuck.
But no,
Here's what you-
thank you.
Here's what you need to do. When you see a murder of crows, you need to identify the leader, and you need to walk up to that motherfucker, and you need to
Establish
punch
dominance.
him or shove a freaking sharpened toothbrush into his throat. And
Right in
kill
the
him.
beak.
But there's like 7 more, so I didn't know if.
Well, then you become
You
the
need to
leader.
identify.
Is that how it works? In
Identify,
crow
then
culture?
murder.
Is that how people become a like gothic?
I think so.
They stab a crow with.
I went to a high
sharpened
school with a
toothbrush?
girl that identified as a gothic crow.
Have you not seen the documentary Crow?
I haven't.
No?
Okay, well.
The-
Is it starring
explains all
Brandon
of it.
Lee?
The
Okay.
Brandon Lee movie.
Yes, Brandon Lee. He's the
I-
narrator.
See, I didn't believe you until Ches told me it was a real movie. Now I have to believe it.
He post from the graves. Hello. My
Have
name
you ever
is
had that
Brandon
happen
Lee.
though? Have you ever been intimidated by birds?
Yes.
I mean, your wife
Yeah,
has.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, our state bird is the seagull, right?
Yeah,
And you know what? I hate to say it, but they're kind of trash birds.
they're trash.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, but they're friendly.
They are, yeah.
Friendly.
They're like
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
and you know
friendly
what
when you
about
run-
seagulls?
they're
when
like
you
the
run over in the parking
Mormon
lot.
of birds.
Yeah.
If Mormonism was a bird, it would be that.
Is that why
You're
they're
not
the-
wrong. They fucking love KFC.
Oh wow! I would say they are called the Mormon seagull.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
but they
come in-
did. The reason behind that, I mean, if there's listeners from out of state, the reason behind that is because there was a locust infestation. The seagulls ate a lot of locusts, saved the crops.
Yeah.
You could go watch the new Jurassic World and basically get the story. Except
Spoiler alert.
Except for
How
is that a
movie,
thing?
by the way?
Yeah, it is.
My girlfriend and I got into a paper, rock, scissors debate on what movie we were going to watch last night, and it came to Jurassic World, and I just ended up lost and let her watch it. I heard that's a horrible movie.
It's terrible. Don't watch it.
Yeah, it's. I'm
haven't
pretty
seen it.
tolerant of like action adventure. It was so bad that you couldn't even like make fun of it. Really, like it was.
You just pity.
It was just bad.
I've heard it was pretty bad, but
If
I don't want to believe it.
If a pterodactyl came down and ate all of the bad things, that's basically the story of Mormonism. Like with the seagull is what I'm getting at. So that's all.
The
we're trying to
pterodactyl
get
is
away from that,
cricket,
Jeff.
or the locust of society. I don't know. My jokes are nothing's even landing anymore.
Yeah, you're done. Thank you guys for being on the show today.
Thank you.
You guys definitely roll with the punches, and thank you for, like, honestly, the cake, the champagne. You went
Yep.
out of your way.
Hey, by the way, how was that cake?
It was a logistical nightmare.
Buddy, put it out for the crows.
Yeah, we're gonna eat the cake when we go upstairs.
No, but thank you guys so much. If you guys haven't listened to the American Forked podcast, go check them out. It's always funny. I was listening to your latest episode today. It's awesome. Copper alert.
Thank you.
If you know, you know.
And that's American Forked, FORK''D.
Yep.
So sometimes
Yeah.
with our old podcast, people are like messing with Mormons. I'm like, no, it's messing.
So just a quick question for you guys. American Forked podcast has nothing to do with the actual city American Fork, right?
Well, okay, so we play on the words because basically we're from American Fork. We all grew up there. That's where we were
Gotcha.
homies and
Okay.
buddies. But the thing that we're going with is that America is forked.
Gotcha.
Like there's a
Okay.
split in like
I
everyone's got a
times.
side.
I thought it was more personal than that.
It's the
how you
time.
explained in the beginning, as far as like all of us grew up in American Fork and
Yeah.
were forked.
Yeah, and we're trying to
Yeah.
fork everyone. Is that what you're saying?
It's the times of the times.
Yeah. So we
That's
haven't figured it out yet. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, I think
Ches.
beautiful way to explain
I
it.
thought that was pretty good. It's the times of the times.
Okay, fucking dad.
You're the...
This has been the weekly insult. When you were born, your mother gave birth to an artichoke.
Such a fucking bad first show, dude.
Yeah.
You bring out Kurt.
It went good until you gave birth to an artichoke.
I can tell that you were nervous because you were scrambling for a joke.
No, I've been thinking about that one all day. Like, yeah.
You thought about that all day?
Oh, well, I don't know. I wanted it to be a little PC, you know, I don't want to be like,